Hi, I'm Tim Nelson. Welcome to Firearms RX. Hi, it's Tim again. One of the questions I typically get asked before anybody even gets interested in reloading is, well, how much is it going to cost to get me started? Well, it just depends on how advanced you want to be. This is one of those activities where you can keep it as simple and inexpensive as you like, or you can make it as expensive as you want. It just really depends on what is your budget. Typically, if you're only going to shoot maybe 50 to 100 rounds a month, you could get started with some very basic tools. Would require a lot more labor in order to accomplish the task, but you could get started for about $50. In order to get something more advanced, like an O-press, it's going to run you somewhere around $250 to get set up for one caliber. If you want to get really advanced, then you could go to something like a progressive machine, which is going to run somewhere around $550 to $600 depending on what manufacturer you choose. You can get some cheaper progressive presses. However, the less money you spend on your equipment, the more likely you are to have problems with it. So buy the best equipment you can afford. Some of the basic things you're going to need would be a press, and it could be something like this RCBS Rock Chucker, which is a very good press, very sturdy, has a lot of leverage, so it can resize some of the largest cartridges. Or you could get something less expensive or smaller, but it's going to require more effort on your part in order to successfully size those cases. And case sizing is probably the most difficult of the entire operation. Another piece of equipment that you're going to need is a way to dispense your powder. There are a number of ways to dispense powder, and in a future episode we'll go into more detail about that. You're also going to need a set of dies and a shell holder for each caliber that you plan on loading. Typical carbide dies run somewhere around $50 a set. They're usually a 3-die set, and it includes a die for sizing decapping, case mouth expanding, and a seating and crimping die. You're also going to need a shell holder. This goes into the press itself, and that's what holds the cartridge in place so that it can be forced in and out of the different tools or the different dies that you're going to be using. It's also helpful to have a set of calipers, which are used to measure different dimensions of the cartridges. So a good set of calipers, dial calipers, or digital calipers are a good purchase to make. Also, at some point you may want a case trimmer, and in the event that you're going to load military cartridges that have military crimps, you're going to need a way to get the military crimp out of the primer pocket. Another important piece of equipment would be cleaning equipment, and in a future episode we'll be talking about a number of different ways to clean your brass.